everybody. Thought I'd go live. Everybody else is going live, right? I guess that's what you do. I was over there watching some channels because somebody said, hey, everybody's going live. I guess they're having a Rumble on YouTube. Start over, says SIC, start over. So that's what we're doing. We're really not talking about much. Trucking is like a box of chocolates, right? You never know what you're going to get. What's up, Pigtail? PJ, what's up? SIC, what's up, Big Mac? What's happening? Not much. Sorry to hear about PJ, right? That's tough, man. Tough, but that's the problem with DEF vehicles. We all know that. Anything happens, boom. It's epic, all in good fun, says TC Bugs. TC says start up hey, go live. Okay, so we're going live, TC. Just to make you happy. We have other things we could be doing, of course, business-wise, very busy. I'm about to delete it. I don't blame you, PJ. What's up, Cool Trucking? Canadian Freight Broker, good evening. Hey, Fran. So, Pigtail's supposed to be coming by this area. We're going to try to meet up with him if we can. I got to see what's going on next week and all that good stuff. And yes, haven't been on here very much because we have lots of things going on. Now, we might have a trailer available. I'll have to look if you want to, get in line. Oh, by the way, we do have a waiting list. There is a waiting list. Most companies do have waiting lists. Just saying. But there's no waiting list if you have your own tractor and trailer and want to bring the whole rig. But if you don't and you need a trailer, then there's a waiting list. So if you want to get on that waiting list, go to the website, liketrucking.com. Click on the application, fill it out, because we are going to have some trailers coming available. I've been told we got some trailers coming, hopefully within the next week or two. So, if you want to be in that line, because the waiting list isn't by the first one on the list. It goes by your driving record, right? Of course, the ones with the better records, of course, will get the first look. What's up, James G? What's going on? So we got all these heavy hitters. They have 100 and something people are watching them, whatever. They said go live, pull some. I don't know. I just went live, so what do we got, 40 or something? Who knows? Who cares? Because it's big drama night, I guess, on YouTube. But rates are popping up. For those folks that didn't think that rates were going in the toilet and you couldn't make more than just a couple bucks a mile, you ought to have years of experience in this business to know that wasn't going to happen. People ask me, were the rates going to go down? Sure, they're going to go down. But they're going to go down that far? No, they're not right now. And you see that they're holding. And, people sit there and they look at a company or two companies that give the information to truckers and they sell them memberships for this information. And you need to do the background of who owns these companies and what companies they own. Is it in their best interest maybe to give that information a little twist here and there? You guys don't do that, do you? I called you back and now you go live. Do some push-ups, bro. Hey, Dean. Listen, Dean. Come on up in here. There you are, Dean. Right underneath the tail of the pig. Right underneath the pigtail is the Dean. All right. So, right, Dean? These companies sit there and they do memberships, want you to buy this stuff to get information, trucking information, right? These companies are going to put it all together for you and they're going to spoon feed it and you're just going to believe everything they do, which There are YouTubers out there. That's all they know. They go by that. So then they spit and rhetoric out. They have no concept. They have no numbers, no history of numbers, but they'll spit it out there. They will spit it out there. And what? And that's gospel. Then they base all that. Then when you say, no, our guys are doing this, they're making this much per mile, they're getting rates, that can't be possible because there's an average in van freight and it's only this. Well, sorry, wrong answer. We put rate cons on the glass. Of course, we're not going to show who we're getting the stuff from, but and it is knowing that if you're on click and goes and things like that, the better your the more time you're out there, the longer you're in business, the more loads you run for them, the rates are different. The rates are different, folks. Hope you know that. So if you each are sitting there and you have the same load board, we're not talking DAT or 1, 2, 3 truck stop and those load boards. We're talking the apps that are controlled by the brokerage. It's not all the same, folks. It's not all the same. There's different rates for different folks. It's like a box of chocolates. So you never know what you're going to get. So, just saying, because there are people over here and they have friends or people in other places and they have the same board and they're looking at them and they're different rates. Alex Express, I'm not reading hardly any comments, okay? I'm just talking, right? But I can read some. Can we call in? Absolutely not. We're not doing call-ins. The sky is falling. Yes, the sky is falling. We're gonna pop open. We're not like OTJB. He's over there. He's live too, right? We're not doing a beer. We're doing a caffeine-free Coca-Cola. So you can hear the freshness. There you go. It is for you TC Pogs. Caffeine-free Coca-Cola. Not doing the Mountain Dew like he does. We could do a call-in, but I might not let anybody in. Here, I'll let some people in. And if I don't let you in, don't take it personal. I'm just not going to let you in. All right. So let me go over here and put this in the comment. Let me get this out of the way so I can... Come on, move out of the way. Move out of the way. All right. Let me open up something here. Let me open up my YouTube channel so I'll do a comment in there. All right, let's go to the tubes. YouTube. Come on, YouTube. Come on, man. We're on a 1 gigabyte service here. Come on. Let's rock faster than this. This just isn't getting it. All right. All right, here we go. You want to come in and join? I might let you in, I might not. If you don't make it in, it's not because I didn't let you. I just didn't let you in. Somebody go there and tell OTJB we just stole some people. We're helping them out. All right, Jason says, I feel like I don't get the same rate being a one-man carrier. Well, you don't. That's true. They go by, when the broker gets your MC number, they look at it, they look at how long you've been in business, and then that's what they do, right? Should I let Alex in? I don't know. I'll let him in for a couple seconds. We might boot him. What's up, Alex?
What's up, buddy?
We might give you the boot. We don't know. What's happening?
None, man. I just wanted to know about these gas prices, man. What the hell? $6, $7? Is it going to come back down, or is this permanent?
Well, it'll come back down when. Well, we don't want to get into politics, but if there's a change, and you're part of the world over there on the East Coast, because I don't know who voted them in or that party in, but the fuel prices have been skyrocketing ever since, have they not?
Yeah.
So, when you stop drilling for oil and you stop and you turn off pipelines and you cap everything, you start buying oil again, this is what we get. Hey, the Dean's in here, Alex. Look at the Dean. We're looking at an empty chair. Is that a Sky? What's he doing? Did he fall over and he can't get up? Somebody tell him to hit the life alert button. What's up, Twin Truckers? Look, it's Alex M. John Armstrong's up in here. BJ. BJ. What else we got? So what do you got going on there, Alex? You been out to the gym?
Yeah, I just came back from there. Then I saw your notification.
Here's what I told everybody.
Bro.
Listen, bro. People yell about the truck stops charging $15 or $20 for a shower, right? Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So why not just get a Planet Fitness membership and get the showers free all you want? Go in there.
Yeah, the only showers are clean too.
Yeah. Go in there, get a workout, get a shower. What's up, local? What's up, Shannon Thomas Trucking? I need to drop that hat off. I need to deliver that hat. I got it right over there. I should wear it. Maybe I'll mail it. I could just go drop it off and put it in the mailbox or on the doorstep. Somebody will pick it up.
I think I'm gonna get my own authority activated.
Why not?
I got like 34,000 saved. I'm gonna get a truck and trailer soon.
Well, you're on a good start. That's a good start. Now
I should be able to by the end of the summer.
Right, but
I should probably get like 8.
If this was a year ago, just about a year and a half ago, you'd already be in one because trailers have been cheap, trucks have been a lot cheaper. And 34.
I got an email from a vendor in New Jersey, Liberty Peterbilt, 69, almost 70,000 for a trailer, 2015.
2015.
Yeah, box.
34K, John says, might get you a trailer. Well, right now trailers are expensive, right? So, how much was a 2015?
69,000.
Yeah.
Swedesboro, New Jersey.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy money for one. Because
I'm thinking 25, but man.
Well, yeah, in the real world, that trailer would be 20 grand. 5-year-old trailers be 20 to 22, depending on if they're heavy duty plate trailers. It just depends what they had on them, right? Right now, yeah, 5-year-old trailers are going, 50, 60,000. Brand new ones are going for 90. It's just crazy times. But Alex, hold on, because the bloodbath has started. They are going to come down like a rock. So are these trucks. They're going to drop like a rock pretty soon.
Well, that's why I haven't put the trigger yet. I'm holding and I'm playing hardball, and I'm being patient. Right.
That's right. Shannon's over there waving at the pigtail. Now is not the time to buy equipment, says PJ. Yeah, I would keep saving up, because as fuel prices increase, that's a gainer for you. The higher they go, forces more people out, especially the ones that bought the $230,000 truck and a $90,000 trailer. Because as rates come down, fuel goes up.
So are you talking about for the short? I mean, if things are bad with the rates and so forth, and everybody's, it gives me a better chance to get a truck or a trailer, but at the same time, it's a bad game to be in. You think that'll be temporary with the bad game, with the bad rates and so forth?
Well, yeah, it's going to be temporary for a while. I mean, it's not going to last forever because it can't. Because dedicated freight's going to have to change also. They can't keep getting that same rate, especially if fuel keeps going higher and higher and higher. And see, and think about this: if people fall off, it's supply and demand, correct? So if you got a lot of people going out of business, then there's more supply. There's more supply, and there's not enough, and the demand for trucks is high, but the supply of trucks is real low. So the rates have to come up and up and up. Well, when the spot market rates keep going up and up and up, then also dedicated runs will have to be renegotiated.
How do these brokers, knowing that's like $6 a gallon, expensive fuel, how are they like getting away with not being fair to some extent with the rates? They just don't care.
Well, that's another thing. There's a big misconception about brokers and trucking companies. Now, if you talk to brokers, most of them tell you they get a percentage, and people say, oh, no, that's the percentage they get because they're looking on the stock market at publicly traded brokerages, but what they don't see is they're not accountants and they don't know nothing about mathematics. And when you look at these filings, you will notice that these big conglomerates, they might show a 10%. But that's not 10% profit they're getting on that load. That's 10% they're getting overall, which means all of their write-offs, all of their paying their employees, their buildings, their heat, electricity, all their agents pay, everything, and they're still profiting 10%. It's not 10% of the load. So if there's a $3,000 load, they're not getting $300. That's ludicrous. They couldn't stay in business at that. So when someone tells you they get 10% is what they make, I wouldn't believe that. Do you believe that?
No. See, the thing is, at any given point, you're going to get a whole bunch of kids from college and reading stuff. You're not going to get like real brokers like you used to. Some of these guys that had more experience knowing what you're going through, these kids just don't give a damn, and they're so fast to get off the phone and not even reconsider nothing.
Right. There is a thing called lane honey. So it's a 60% spread, and people say that's not correct, but it's probably close. It's probably close. But
I think it's close enough. Might be 70. Like some of these brokerage firms, when they hire these kids, they're preset with a number, and you're really negotiating. It seems like you're doing like an eBay bid, whereas everything's kind of preset. So when you're going to buy it, the closer you get to that preset number, the better you're going to make. But it's so unfair when you got, we're doing all the heavy lifting, and these firms, to some extent, they may just take advantage to some extent. Well, not all of them, but
Well, let me ask you a question. All right, let's put on the other hat. Let's say you're a broker, right? You're the brokerage. All right, Alex?
Yeah.
All right. Now you're going to want to make as much money as you can, right? It's a business.
Yeah.
Right? So if you get a load to pay $6,000, that goes 1,000 miles, right? You get $6,000. But you sit there and you know that these truckers out there and everything look at this DAT board as gospel, and you know that they look at the averages, right? And they see this average, and they look at truck count and load count. So if you know that a lot of these loads are being pushed on there in that same run that you got $6,000 for that 1,000 miles, and they're going for 2,500, are you going to tell that guy you're going to give them, take 10% off there? Are you going to tell them you're going to get 5,400? When are you going to put that load at if everybody else on the board is pushing it at 2,500? What are you going to do as a businessman?
Yeah, I get you. I get what you're saying. It's just like,
because don't look at yourself as a truck driver, right? You got the mentality you're an owner operator truck driver. You got to take that away. Now you're a broker. You never drove a truck before in your life. Nothing. It's your bread and butter. That's your business. If everybody else is moving the loads for $2,500 and you're getting paid $6,000, are you going to give somebody $5,400, or are you going to try to sell it for $2,500 like everybody else?
I mean, I guess you have to do, unless if you're actually dealing with the agent or the actual head of the brokerage, you got to just go with what they're offering you. It seems like you don't have a lot of leverage because these people, they're like puppets. Your best option would be to get it from the whoever owns the load or the head of the brokerage. Make connections with the lead supervisors or managers, the actual owner of the brokerage.
Well, no, you're not answering my question.
Kids.
You're not answering my question. You're Alex Express Brokerage. You have a $6,000 load. You know that lane on DAT is paying, everybody's running it for $2,500. Are you going to put it out there for $5,400, or are you going to put it out there for $2,500 or a little more?
Well, you got to be competitive. I mean, obviously, the smart truckers like McIntyre, he's going to know the lanes. So, you got to be competitive because today's truckers, because of you helping others for free and educating people, we have become more sophisticated, educated, and informative, and with information on how to negotiate freight. You helped me get my authority. Like back then, there was absolutely nobody giving out authority information at your scale, at your level of understanding, and easy to you put it so simply, so easy to get your authority and to get into the next level of trucking with just other aspects, with your whiteboards, so because of that, you got to be aware that today's truckers, you kind of pioneered a whole bunch of truckers giving out free information left and right. You got everybody's grandmom doing educational trucking channels. Because of that, today's truckers have an advantage. And that's good. I mean, that's great. I'm not saying that's bad. That is really super great of you to do that. But because of that, I'll put out the load on a competitive scale, because if not, nobody's going to grab it.
Yeah, everybody, if you want to see another good channel to just start up, Shannon Thomas Trucking has a YouTube channel. Check that out. Yes, Wallace, he's avoiding the question. So we're going to give him the big truck horn.
I'm not avoiding it. I'm just giving you, I mean, obviously.
I asked you a simple question, Alex, right? Here's a simple question. If you're the broker and a driver calls you up and says, yeah, you have a load that goes 1,000 miles from, wherever to wherever, and you got $6,000 in that load, and that driver calls you up and says, what are you offering? And that lane in today's market is paying $2,500. What are you going to tell that driver?
But you got to offer it for that price, obviously.
For $2,500, right?
It's going to sit there.
Right, and if the guy says, well, I want $3,000, well, you could be a nice broker and give him $3,000 because you're still making 50%, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. That's the question we're trying to get. Because what people understand is,
you got to be competitive. You're going to put it out there on competitive lane price.
But here's what people don't understand. If you're in the trucking on the other side, you want as much money as possible, right? So, I want to make, $6,000. Give me that money. Well, the broker also has a business. And that's his business to make money off of, he's the middleman between the shipper and you. So he wants to make some money. We don't know what his bills are. When you own a big conglomerate brokerage, you think they're going to run on a couple percentage points? No.
Well, obviously they got to run on, the operating expenses and so forth. They got to pay the electric, pay
they have
the
shareholders,
workers.
my friend. They got the stock.
Yeah,
they have shareholders. They have to make a big enough profit to please the shareholder. For example, there are a few companies now that went public. There are some public trucking companies, right? There is one big owner-operator trucking company out there, and they keep posting record profits. Well, those contractors pulling for that big conglomerate company that also has, agents that work for the brokerage side, why don't they give them more percentage? Why don't they reduce some fees? Why do you think that is?
But they got to satisfy the stockholders. I mean, they got to, in terms of, the stockholders want dividend. They want cash every month, every quarter. So you got to do what it takes to satisfy that need.
Right. That's right, Big Mac. PJ, what's he got there? They are going to try to make at least 30 to 40% per load. Now, you're going to have some brokers that will say, no, that's not right. No, we're not going to do that. But when you've seen some actual real rates and seen what they actually pay, or when you're working for one of those companies that have a lot of contractors and you are over there and you take a load out to California and it's a multiple stop load and you do it for X amount of price, and you meet up with another guy that's in the click, right? In the click, and they did it for 3 times what you went out there for because each drop paid the same amount of money. So how does that happen? That means that, hey, they're making a lot of money. So now the next time when I was offered that load, I'd say, well, no, you pay this amount because the guy that you talked to thought you were in the same clique because you drove one of those same loads.
Jeff, can I ask you a question in terms of the fuel prices?
Sure.
Not to take away from your, because I know you want to get different topics in there, but what the hell happened? One day I woke up from $3 a gallon to like $7 gallons of fuel, like overnight almost. Like, what happened?
Well, what happened was, you had a political party that comes in. They disregard everything that the other party had put in place. They stopped the pipelines. They basically closed the wells in this country, and then they decided to buy all of their oil from overseas again, which makes us dependent on foreign countries, right? So then they also shortened down the supply chain, which raises the prices and inflation. And there's just a lot of factors that went into that makes that fuel price go higher and higher.
And that could happen within the...
It can easily be fixed, but they don't want to fix it.
How can it? How? I just want to know.
Hold on, Alex. I gotta put a different microphone or a different headset on. This thing's running out of juice. Let me see if I can connect.
By the way, good. You look like you got a good diet going on. You look good.
Hold on, Alex. You gotta hold on. I got a little functionality here. I got that Bluetooth off. Let me turn this Bluetooth off so I can put this other headset on. Hold on. Bear with me. But, we had a fuel guy, an expert in fuel. They could come on and talk about it. All right. Let me switch. All right, Alex, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, you got a fuel guy coming in talking about that?
Yeah, well, I was hoping MT Fuel Corp would come in, but I don't think he's in here. But there's a lot of factors that make up that fuel price. Plus they can gouge, right? They're gouging a little bit, of course, because they know they can get it. But the biggest problem is what people don't understand is China is collapsing, right? They shut everything down because they're trying to do zero COVID. Their GDP is going to fall like crazy. right? Because it was going up 10% plus every single year for the last 10 plus years. And when you got their GDP up here and you have all these other foreign investors over here buying the notes, and now they're going to start defaulting on those, they have a bigger GDP than we do. So when they collapse, it's not going to be good. They will collapse.
So, do you think Trump will come back and things will change?
Well, I don't know if he'll come back or not. Right? Somebody needs to come, and somebody needs to step in this next go around.
Well, it seems when Trump was here, truckers were flourishing. It seems like.
Well, yeah, fuel costs were down because there's different philosophy, right? There's different philosophy if you look at Republican Party and Democratic Party, there's different philosophies of how to run things. And we're getting the other policies in place. And, look what's happening.
So is this going to be the norm? And they're never going to drop below $4?
Well, it might come back below $4, but no time soon. I don't see it coming down anytime soon. It just went up another 10 cents.
We both know that Trump is going to run. Do you think, obviously, he'll win? Do you think it'll change when he comes in?
Well, it will. Well, of course it would change because he'd go back and he'd put all those policies right back in place with just, the first 100 days of stroking the pen, right? And they'd start drilling and everything else, and then he would do expediting orders so they could get it done faster.
He could do that, right? He could come in there and override everything from the past administration to lower these prices?
Well, that's what they just did.
So we have every incentive to vote for him, even though to some extent some truckers it's like 50-50. But it seems like we have every incentive to vote for him. Who else can maybe have that same insight?
Well, not just him. You could be on the fence of no political party. Take a look at the candidates. Take a look at what they stand for. Take a look at the track record, right? And then view what you'd like your country to be, right? Do you want to pay high prices? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? You want to give everybody stuff for free? If you do, you vote one way. If you're a business owner, if you're a true business owner, there's only one way to vote because that political event is all for businesses. That's right, PJ. There you go. You vote for a person that will put America first. And that's what they're not doing right now. They're going back. They're giving everything back to China. They're giving everything back to all the overseas. That's what they're doing. They're selling America again.
Well, so I know you're not political. Would you agree if Trump comes back? Like, do you think he'll win? Will you be in favor of that? Again, I know you're not political. You're like trucking business, but to some extent, do you think that'll be a good situation for us?
What if he ran and came back in? If they got voted in, the same guy as last time? Sure. Mm-hmm. The trucking industry would flourish again.
See what Shannon said? I'm one of those hungry ones right now.
Well, look what they're doing right now, right? They're going after your guns. They're going after your weapons, right? They're using every stunt they can get. And yes, it's a tragedy if people get killed by weapons, but it's not the weapon that kills someone. It's the person. Now, are they mentally stable? You got to look at everything, right? But there's one. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask anybody out there a question. What is one of the main reasons why this country will never be taken over on its own soil? Right? Okay, you see how Russia invading Ukraine, right? They get all the way in there. They try to take Kyiv, but they're in Ukraine. Their soldiers are going through these towns, right? Why do you think that wouldn't happen here in this country?
Well, we're pretty much armed as civilians. We could gain access to. I mean,
Right,
you're a
Gallagher.
military cop, so you know that anybody could buy a gun, even
Well,
if it's
here, yeah,
outlawed. Anybody could buy a gun.
Michael Gardner says we all have guns, right? Most every house in
Yeah,
America has a gun in it, or at least their neighbor
that's right.
does. So if you got a bunch of people coming down the road, we have the weapons to defend ourselves, where those other countries do not. That's like over. I think Canadian freight broker might still be up in here. Canada, they're trying to pass that to where they're going to take them all away.
This nation was found on arms to some extent. We fought back. A lot of these generals in the Civil War were professors and doctors that became generals. They led attacks because of the fact that a lot of these civilians were already pre-trained to kick ass.
Right, Fran. What we're saying is it doesn't matter who the president really is. It's Congress and the Senate and House. And the only way to change that is you got to put term limits on those guys, right? You can't let them sit up there for 40 or 50 years because after that many years, you lose sight of what's going on, right? The world changes. You should have fresh minds coming in at all times, but the president does have a little bit to go on it because he has an agenda. He tries to get them to sway to his agenda, right? Can he actually do stuff? He can do a little bit, but not a whole lot. But he can change a few things, which can drastically hurt the country.
Well, I mean, I see what her point is. Oh, come on, LOL.
Who?
Well,
Whose point?
the thing is, it's scary. the again, I want to get political, so we're just making with brief points. The electoral college system is set up from a time when there was no internet, no information, no nothing. Now, Americans are so sophisticated. Even my little niece at 3 years old was operating a laptop. The extent of the sophistication in terms of communication and smartness versus the electoral college voting process that was kind of geared towards no communication and so forth, which I get. We still with that process. And then you're talking about longevity of politicians. The Supreme Court could have a judge that's 120 years old just sitting there, and because of the way that it's set up, you got a person that may be senile making decisions of life and death to some extent.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, look it over in Russia. Who's to know what's Putin's thinking, right, in his head? One, look how old he is. Two, is there something wrong with him? And then, Robbie, yes, they may need to change the age to buy guns. Maybe they need to change that or to buy certain types, right? Because there's certain types. So maybe you do an age limit, like 18, you can buy a 22. If you're 20, maybe you can get something a little bigger than that. If you're 21, maybe you can get into the AR stuff. Maybe they should have something like that. Who knows? But they should never just take it away. Right, PJ. They should be able to do a firearm if they can go to the military. I believe that also. Now, to buy one, yeah, maybe they can limit to what they could buy, maybe for until they hit a certain age. I don't know. It's everybody has a different opinion on it. That's just like drinking, right? Well, what's the difference? I mean, if you can go in the military at 18 and fight for your country, but you can't go get a beer because you're not 21. It's kind of the same concept.
That doesn't make no sense. Or CDL, right? You got to be 21. I learned how to drive a car and a truck, a small truck, at 7 years old. When my dad came out from Vietnam, his first year out, he was rebuilding cars. I'm there, moving them back and forth, and then eventually driving to Atlantic City on the highway at 7, 8 years old. So it's just, if you're competent at 18, if you pass the test, I guess, like you said, if you can serve the military, at 18, then there should be a lot of other situations that you should qualify for at 18. And there should be no boundaries.
Right. And Fran, doesn't matter what about those that have illegal. See, it doesn't matter. Even if they took away weapons, if someone wants one, they're going to get it from somewhere illegally, right? They're going to get it. Just like locks, right? A lock only keeps the honest person honest. That's all it does. The red flag background checks need to be enforced. Most mass shooters have red flags on their background check, and they got the gun anyway. Correct. There's a lot of missteps in buying something because no one's doing all the checks, right? There's a lot of holes in the system. Michael Gardner, what's he got to say? You got through training in the military to use that weapon. Just make sure that 18-year-old has training. It may deter some of them, but oh well. Well, yeah, that could be too, right? I mean, just like getting a driver's license. Maybe they have to go to a range and show X amount of range time from a real range, not just somebody that has one in their backyard, but maybe they have to go to, some that are held responsible, right? Maybe that would work. Because most people that have a concealed weapons permit, you're supposed to have range time. You're supposed to, before you get it renewed, you're supposed to have so much range time. And a lot of people don't even go by that, right? They don't check it. A lot of people don't even have any range time. They'll just go there and get it and then never fire their gun ever again. But they haven't.
I didn't even know you had to get range time if you had a concealed. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, you're supposed to have range time. Yeah.
Pigtail.
Electoral College ensures California and New York do not dominate and all other have no say. That's true, Pigtail. Because if you look at the populations, if you just went by a regular vote, your guys would never win. Too many people in those populations.
But how about the confidence level of the Electoral College itself within those two states? Like, shouldn't there be a process, a safeguard in place to, like, every few years, maybe vet or check on these members to make sure that they're, to some extent, being fair throughout?
Yeah, well, I mean, that would be all right, but, here's another thing. Jay, you're right. Parents need to monitor what video games their children play because there is a rating for video games, and a lot of parents let their 12-year-olds play 18 and above or 16 and above shooter games and everything else. Because if you look at all those shooter games, they're all for older kids, and you got 9-10-year-olds playing them because their parents don't care. And then that's what gives them this mentality to go out there and do what they do. Because if a child is allowed to play a realistic game and kill other people, then that behavior becomes normal to that child. That's true. That's true.
And one of the main reasons for that is those games are becoming babysitters. As these kids are playing these crazy games, they are very bad mentally for their, those parents are out there in the mall, shopping, watching movies, having fun, and they just don't care. Those games are babysitting services for free. That's what they basically are.
Right. They are. And like I said, a lot of kids, when I owned a video game store and we had it where you could come in and play games online and everything, we did not let kids that weren't the right age play those games. Period. It doesn't matter if their parents would drop them off because we were the best babysitter, right? Parents would drop them off and say, okay, well, they want to play this and this. Sorry, they can't play it. Well, I'm their parent. I say they can. No, they can't. I own the store. They can't play it. And, they got mad. Some left, some didn't. But
That's a good choice. That's a good moral choice on your behalf. That shows a lot of your integrity, and that's good. You're a good human being for doing that.
Wallace Ober's got a question.
Today,
Does anyone here know why and what the purpose of the federal government was established for? Cool Trucking says, well, the Second Amendment states shall not be infringed. It's the only amendment to say that. Why do we allow the politicians to set regulations? Good question. Jeff, my understanding in Canada is they want hand style only for professional competition. Basically, our Prime Minister see people only need a tool for hunting or competition. Not sure when percent exact change is coming. Right, they're changing. And, the world's watching, right? The world's watching to see what Canada's going to do or how their folks react to this. America has more laws in the books than China, and they supposedly are communist. Every jail needs COs. All right, so anyway, what time is it? Almost 10 o'clock. Shoot, I'll go until maybe 10 o'clock, and then I'm out of here. Anybody else want to join in with me and Alex? You're free and welcome to. Let's talk about authority, Alex. So, when you get that tractor trailer, you're gonna start that authority, right? You're gonna reactivate it.
yeah, I already got the insurance set up. I was gonna do that before travel Broco. And I don't care. I'm gonna talk about them pretty soon on a wide open scale. They blame me for transmission failure due to two air transmission cooling lines breaking and the oil coming out. So this prick that owns Travel Ogo, knew that I spent $60,000 plus maintaining that truck out of my pocket in the course of 9 months. But yeah, he cited me for what do you call that, negligence on that oil, being deprived of the oil. So even though it was an en route thing, and he knew I spent $60,000 plus in that truck to maintain it, from new tires, I practically rebuilt it, and he didn't care. And I did one wrong thing, Jeff, when he made me sign like a new lease, and I didn't read it because I thought I was being grandfathered in from the original lease. The first truck that I had issues, so I got a second truck, and I transferred everything over. I was supposed to get the payments transfer, everything, but he didn't do that. He made me start a new one, and when I signed it, I didn't read it. Big mistake. He put down the residual payment at $39,000, which the truck is worth $42,000. So how on earth, after 3 years of paying $60,000, I'm gonna have a residual of the truck's value or even less? Um, um, so he did that on purpose, so like that, I'll give him back the truck after I paid it off after 3 years. Because I didn't read the lease. Big mistake on my behalf. So that day, he tells, what's his name, that Indiana Jack, because he works there. He doesn't do YouTube anymore because he told him not to. So he works there, and he emails me saying that I neglected it and that I'm going to terminate your lease. Then I said, why? He says, well, it's $18,000 on the trans. We're going to pay for it. But because of that, they wanted to terminate me. So I said, look, I'll give you $19,000 for the truck. I'll buy it all. I'll even pay for the transmission. Then he says, okay, then you could come back. We'll renew your lease. But one of my friends, Caslin, recommended that, what if they keep you $19,000 and charge you for the transmission, and then you'd be out of a truck and that $19,000. So I said, you know what? I didn't trust this guy no more. Eddie, the owner, he was just too shady. So I told him, I said, look, I'll give you the $19,000, but then I got that advice, so I didn't go through with the deal, and I just gave up the whole. I put in like $60,000. I did that. Remember when the transmission went?
You called. Yeah, you called. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you call a lot of
That
time on the
guy's
phone
so
with all the
slimy.
money you put in that truck, right? I know all
Yeah,
kinds of
I mean,
all
as an
kind.
owner, you know what he told me? He says, "Oh, that seems to be a lot, 39,000 residual." I'm like, "Yeah." And he says, "Let me talk to payroll." Bitch, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Dude, you're the owner. You are payroll. You are your CEO. All you got to do is just take away that 39,000 residual and I'll buy it. But no, he said, well, you got to pay that in order to take this truck back. I'm like, oh, what? And he said, look, if you want to come back, get your own truck and trailer. You can come back over here anytime. I'm like, so you're just gonna take my truck just like that? Oh, okay. And that's what happened with that. I held up for like 9 months to talk about it, but a lot of people that work there that I brought in, they're leaving, they left. So it's no, I'm going to talk about them. I'm not going to be holding back. I'm going to tell them the truth. How this, I don't think they do this to every trucker. I think that he does it to whoever he could get away with because he's not a YouTube trucker no more, company no more. They don't do YouTube hiring and this and that. He doesn't even want to deal with YouTube. So what he does is he gets all these people around Atlanta, regional local guys. He does a lot of recruiting and they come in there blindly just going in there. Now what he decided to do was stop selling trucks and just let the guys bring in their own trucks. And I think he supplies the trailers now. So it's none of that stuff with what happened to me. I put $60,000 in a truck and he kept it. And they put another driver in there, renewed the lease, even though the truck been paid for. He'll probably do another 500 a week plus this and that. And then he'll have a whole brand new lease with a whole brand new driver, bringing him 20%. And he just put me to the side like nothing. No, he has no integrity, no morals, and he's 7,000 miles away overseas, so he knows nobody could choke him and get a hold of him. So he's doing everything with this keyboard bravery thing, which is fine. I'm just going to expose them to that company so nobody could get in a jam if they do. I think what he does is once in a while he'll throw in the lease truck under his name, and he's doing that here and there. So I'm going to expose him just in case if a person has a lease truck offer him. This guy sounds great. Like he sounds like
But
he's your father or your brother, but when he's gonna scam, his voice
well,
changes. He goes from
well, the
go ahead.
biggest
I'm
part, Alex. The biggest part is you should always read your contract, your
yeah,
lease agreement, right? And that's what
you're right.
Pigtail says too. But because probably most of it's in there,
It
right?
was.
Yeah, there's a lot of
It
clauses
was.
in those contracts, and that's one of the big problems. Is a lot of guys, they
Jeff,
don't
let me
read
interject. Just a few
all the
words.
fine print.
You know what it was at? Like where you got the big squares that says how much it was when you started,
It's
and the
gonna be
team
like
winning
this. It's
part.
gonna be it's gonna be in there, but it's in there.
He
But
got me.
you got to read every
He's a
word, right?
scumbag.
Well,
That's why
no.
Little Dog left. Everybody left his ass. Everybody left his ass.
Well,
All the
it's not.
top
It's
YouTubers left. I should have left.
yeah, but it's not that. If they put it in writing and it's in the contract, it's up and up, right? If you sign it, you're agreeing to that.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Look, I, I'm not saying like if you're the owner and if you see what I've done with the truck that I care for it, don't use something against me just to take that truck back. Because if you're morally correct, if you're and it's a small teeny weeny company, it's not like a big major player where everything is stock related and it's a headless corporation. This is a mom and pop situation, and he's a scumbag because
well, no,
everybody had
they're
complaints
bigger.
about it.
They're bigger than mom and pop. I mean, they have
Well, you know what I mean.
150,
Yeah, you know what
160
I mean.
trucks, right? So
Well,
they're a bigger outfit.
160, that 50% is always leaving. So it's 150 that's maybe with a pending situation that might be just 80, and then the 160 they'll bring in more unsuspecting drivers. Now, if you got your own equipment, you can go there for 20, 15, or 10%. I send a few drivers over there. I don't want to mention their names, but they're YouTubers and all that, and they're doing okay because they got their own equipment. Now, my situation is if you're gonna get his equipment, he'll flim flam the hell out of you. And since he's not a YouTuber anymore, he doesn't care because you can't expose him on YouTube. He did a YouTube in the past to get his personnel and his company up, but he doesn't care. But he literally said, "Look, he got Indiana Jack, one of the top YouTubers, to get off YouTube. So you do the math." And Cornelius left. And look, let me just put it this way: 90% of his people on the administration side leave. It's like it's a revolving door on there. So Anyway, so I'm gonna expose, just not for the fact because I'm mad, because me, I'm not mad. I got money. It's not about that. It's about the procedures that he did to us Americans. He's Americanized. He's not a true patriot. So he's gonna do what he's gonna do. So I'm gonna just expose that, and I gotta do it on my other channel, because my other two channels is monetized. He might put a thing on there that it might hinder my channels with the monetization and suspension or whatever. So I'm gonna just use my other channels to help others and make them aware that like you said, I did sign a contract. I get that, but you are the owner.
Yeah.
You own the truck, and you could easily say, "Never mind. Here, I'll take the 19,000." He wasn't. He was looking at that brand new driver with a brand new lease, with a brand new truck, practically brand new tires, everything brand new in there. I mean, he was just looking at that, and you could hear it in his voice. You could just
But
hear this guy.
could it be that you were mad because you didn't read the contract and it was you found it in
I'm
there?
not mad, Jeff.
Well,
I'm
no,
not
you
mad.
got a little, you had to get upset though, right? I mean,
Well, I called you. I'll let you know. I called a lot of other YouTubers, let them know what he did. Jason was aware of it. He's like, "I told you." And the thing is, I had his equipment. Now, when I was breaking my freight, I made in 9 months $197,000 gross, right? In 12 months, I made 248,000 under the recession, under the COVID. So I was picking my own freight, and they didn't bother me. I like that part. What I didn't like was the part of of what he did. He's the owner. He owns the equipment. I'm gonna tell you a quick story. 30 seconds. My friend that I recruited there got hit from behind, totaled his truck and trailer. He only had 6 months left on there. That truck is still. This is 9 months ago. They told him that the insurance. He's waiting for the insurance company to approve something. Basically, he's drying them out so he could just leave.
all right,
The truck was
Alex,
90% paid for.
you
Yeah, go
you
ahead.
can vent on your own channel. I let you vent long enough. We'll
No, I'm
leave
not
that
venting. I was
alone.
just talking.
All right, well, here we go. We're gonna give you that. You gotta act like you're in a truck and just pull away and forget about it. Here you go.
Yeah, I did.
Alex, start this truck up. After putting $60,000 into it. There it goes. Wait, do I hear a rear end go out? Wait, I hear something.
Yes.
He forgot to put the oil back in the hub.
No.
Wait, that's what it is?
I probably did. I gotta I gotta buy some coffee soon, man. Buy your steak. That's so funny.
That's what you get for running over a big boulder and knocking into your tranny pan, and next thing you know, you got a lion following you down the road.
Oh my God.
Sam, I am said that's the truck driving away from you. All right, Sam, just for you, baby. We're gonna play it again. Alex's truck driving away. This is after it's fixed. Sounds pretty good to me. They didn't even grind the gears like you did. They didn't even grind the gears on that automatic like you did.
I used to glide the gears.
Oh look, I'm taunting her with her hat. Look, yeah, we'll just put the hat on. Really taunt her. Just kidding.
That Indiana.
No, that's my hat. I want a hat. I don't have any more hats, Pigtail. I gotta order some. Sorry about that.
I like that design. Looks like weights, like a on your chest. It looks like it's like a dumbbell. Pretty cool.
Why design that? You like that?
Yeah, it looks like you've been following your diet. You're doing pretty good.
No, I got to lose 10 pounds. It says I like trucking. See, I like trucking. So all.
Wow, that's her idea. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I want to buy one of those hats. Send me an invoice.
It is too big for this hat. So Shannon, should I just drive over there and drop this off? at your house. Just leave it, hang on the door or something, or put it in a nice box and lay it out in the front of the door. There's somebody there to pick it up for you.
Surprise her.
I could do that too. LegalZoom. LegalZoom's all right, but they're pretty expensive. There's other ones out there that are a little less expensive, and they all do the same thing.
They're very expensive.
Yeah, I prefer just getting a lawyer on retainer and just use a regular lawyer. That way, you can go down and talk to them, right? That way you can go down and talk to the actual person.
But LegalZoom also do your IFTA, your IRP plates, your like whatever it is for your LLC. They'll give you a reminder and charge you like 80% of the actual cost. Like I go on the IRS and get my EIN number for free, but they'll charge you like $40 or $30 to do it. That's crazy.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. For Wallace Ober, I do have a channel. Let's see here.
StreamYard. You still got to use the platform.
Copy. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to put it in here. And this is what I was going to do on this channel here. If you go to that channel on Rumble, I started a channel on Rumble. If you click on that video, you could probably subscribe to my Rumble channel. I'm going to start doing live videos on there, and then we can talk about whatever. And it's not going to be a paid site. We just talk about whatever. There's the link.
Do you get paid from Rumble? Are you monetized?
Well, yeah, you can monetize them, but if you join that channel, I'll start doing live videos there. We can just talk about whatever. Then we don't have to worry about what we say over on Rumble either, compared to YouTube. So if you want to subscribe to that, and we'll start some live videos over there, starting probably this into this week or next week. We'll start doing a one or two lives a week over there, and just talk about whatever. Just like this, we'll go live, and have you on as a guest and everything else. Yes, the bigger a carrier gets, the detailed and complex the contract gets. There's no fluke. When a carrier or a brokerage grows, the carrier is making money from lease ops or agents, etc. Contracts to follow. And not only that, when you get that many trucks coming in, if you are doing lease purchases and things like that, a lot of times the owner steps away from that and it's handled by other people, and they're not in the know. A lot of them they don't want to be bothered with it. Just saying. Okay, what I miss? I think I'm the only one not live. Everybody went live because everybody, people were picking on everybody on YouTube. Snowlord didn't miss nothing, and they were saying, "Oh, everybody else is live. You should go live." And I said, "Oh, I'll go live, but I'll talk about trucking and things." And I got Alex on here, and he got me talking about fuel and freight prices and all this other, trucking stuff. So we stayed on the trucking part of it, kind of. We slid off into some politics, but we didn't say if we were Republican or Democrat or independent. We didn't really say what we were. Alex said what he was, and then he went into talking about other trucking companies and about his happenings over there and so forth, and we let him ramble on, I could have hit the dump valve. I could have just went boom and just dumped him right out, or I could have gave him the Snowlord music like this.
Well, Jeff, I gave you some. That sounds like Snowlord's guitar.
That is Snowlord's guitar. He's sitting right behind me. He's sitting right behind this screen right here. This is live, baby. Live. So super chat. Anybody wants to hear Snorlord live? Super chat. He's right there. We'll make him hit it again. You know, here you go. Snorlord live. All right, Snorlord, go ahead.
Is that his wife on drums?
He's a one-man band. Does it all.
I think his wife plays drums, right?
Snorlord live. All right, there we go.
Yeah, Snor be playing some pretty good guitar.
He does. Snorlord rocks. He's right there. Sam, I am. Now I'm getting some feedback by something else. There we go. Get it off the Rumble.
He's a pretty good worker for you, Jeff. Snor. He seems dedicated. You're lucky.
Snorlord?
Yeah.
He's the best safety guy in the business, and one of the best dispatchers ever around too. And the list can go on and on and on. But then if we keep talking, his head will grow, and we don't want it to grow too big, or because I have to buy more hats, and then we'll have to give him another hat. So you know, we don't want to do that.
You got to get him a raise too.
Well, we gotta give him some dispatch money tomorrow. I gotta go through the thing there and check out what's all going on, because I haven't logged in there in a while, and I should.
Is Barbara
and see what's happening.
Steve's. I'm sorry. Is she okay? I know that she's feeling under the weather. Barbara Starr. She okay?
Yeah, she's as far as I know. As far as I know. Ooh, $5 super chat. Snorlord's new hat. There you go. More super chats. Let's see here. I got to go into invoicing. Let me see, Snorlord. Did you send any more invoices over? Viewed. Oh yes, I gotta send these out. I'll just leave that screen up so I can send those two out, and then give Snorlord a bunch of money tomorrow. Look, we have $5 super chat for Snorlord's hat. These hats are expensive. These are like $30 hats, right? These are $30 hats.
Good quality.
Oh yeah, they're good hats. I need to do one invoice tomorrow.
I'll send you the money.
We'll do that invoice tomorrow, Snorlord, and out. Well, I could still do these. Send these out for payment, and then whatever we can catch up on here, we'll catch up on, and we'll get that squared away. I have $30, says Pigtail. Shannon, Pigtail wants to buy your hat. That's the only one I have.
Okay, 35. I'll do one up. 35. Any bidders? Let's do an auction right now. 35 right now. PayPal.
30, 35, 35. Come on, 35, 40, 45. Sold to Alex for $57.
35. Well, give her a chance. It might be like 30 or a minute behind. Oh, fuck. Farks. All right, 42.
You can't buy her hat. You can't buy her hat.
42.50. 42.50.
She says $40.
I'm not playing.
She ain't playing either. $40.
42.50.
Well, she's gonna let you have it for 40, and you just said 42.50. There's no wonder.
She said she want to give you 40 for it. That's her offer. I got
for this hat. This is her hat.
Yeah, we're doing a bid.
Alex, this is her hat already. Alex.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's a small/medium. It's already. We got to get this swapped out from the one she's wearing in her photo.
Shannon, you're lucky.
We do have a trailer coming, so anybody wants to, work over here.
Yeah, put my name on there. You got my
You
number. Just put
probably
my
have a
name
trailer.
from a big fat head. But hold one for me, like a big one.
My hat, not for hire or for sale. She sees value in that hat, right? She sees value.
Okay, Shannon.
What's up, Jersey B?
Thanks,
What's going
number.
on? What's going on, Jersey B? What's happening? Yeah, so this is her hat, and you're not going to get it for no matter if you offer $100. It's too
I
valuable.
know.
Too valuable of a hat. So,
But when you get your supplies, send me a invoice.
well,
Or a
like I was
large
saying,
one.
I was asking her if there's somebody there. I just drop it off at the house because it's only it's only like 7-8 miles that way. I can just when I'm in town, I can just drive it by there. I'll put it in a nice box or something, set it by the door. Kind of do a door dash, right? We'll do a hat dash, right? We'll do a hat dash. Boom, take a picture, shows that it's delivered, and go.
Go up there in your Hemi.
I have another trailer coming. Jersey B. Yeah, come and get this trailer. That's right. Come and get it. Snowlord the troublemaker. All right, Jeff, drop the link. Drop the link for what?
For the new hats.
I don't have a new hatch yet. I got to order them. And then, Big Mac's got a hat person. Turtle something. I forget the name of it. Turtle, I got it written down. But I was going to call them and see what they do the hats for. What's up, Desroki Pam? What's happening?
I got a
Fishing
James
is life.
Best
Can I
t-shirt
rent
in
it?
pink.
No, you cannot rent it. Oh, the
How
link
much
for
you got
the
the trailers
feed?
for?
Okay, hold on. We got. Okay, we're gonna drop the link. Here we go.
How about one of your
Boom.
trailers, Jeff? How much you want?
I'm not selling them. Well, I got one. What do you want to pay? 80,000? No, I won't sell my trailers. I got some trailers. I won't sell them. I will not do that.
I heard Adam got 9 trailers not too long ago. DIY semi.
You see what
He got like
Snorlord's
9.
saying?
Yeah.
You see what Snorlord's saying?
Shut up, Snorlord. I know you had to say one of yours. I was just complimenting your crappy guitar playing. I'm just joking.
Oh, you know what happens, Shannon? What happens when he says that to Snorlord? What do you think,
I'm gonna get booted out.
Shannon? What do you think?
Hi, Shannon. She's muted.
She's muted. She's no
No, I like
habla.
Snorlord.
We can't hear you. She learns how to do YouTube. She has a YouTube channel. You can hear her find her own, but she can't come in and have vocal. Here,
Oh, okay. Okay.
There you
Can you
go.
hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. So you reap what you sow is what I said.
You reap what you sow. Yes, Alex, you reap what you sow. You know why? Because you did not read your contract.
No, it's true. I agree with Jeff. I learned that from Jeff since day one, like 5 years ago.
But why didn't you
Read
read
your
it?
contracts.
But why didn't you read
And you
it?
said that when you was a Snyder. You said that.
Shannon's
Yeah,
making us dizzy. I'm going to get an epileptic seizure here.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to
Wait,
I'm
wait,
trying
wait, I got to get sick. Wait a minute. Oh, wait.
I'm trying to get this thing set up
She's
here
spitting like
because
the Exorcist.
I'm sitting on my bunk. Listen. So I want to make a comment about just real quick about that contract thing. In talking to so many drivers and trying to learn stuff about the carrier that I'm with and how this all works and all of that, I've been absolutely shocked at a lot of the drivers that I've spoken to that have been open or an owner out for a while, or at least purchase drivers. I've asked them questions about the contract because I read everything that I get involved in because I'm a business owner, And so I have to know what I'm getting into, and that's my responsibility. Because at the end of the day, everything that people you get involved with, and the business agreements that you make for your business, it all, the buck stops at you, right? And so I've just been shocked to learn that most of these guys that have been doing this for 5, 6 years that I've, talked to and asked questions, they didn't even know that they could move their truck and things like that are in the contract because they didn't read it. And so I've actually pointed some things out to these guys that have been doing this for a while. And it just really kind of just gave me, like, I was just shocked. I was like, oh my gosh, like how do you, to me, you got to know what you're getting into. So a lot of when people run into situations like this with a carrier that they, they're upset with, or something went south or whatever, it's easy to get mad at the carrier or your business partner that you chose or whatever, but and I know you said you're not mad, and this isn't just directed to you. I've just learned this talking to other drivers. Like, so many people don't read that information, and yet they're quick to get on YouTube or talk to other drivers and be complaining about the carrier and all this stuff when, to me, like, if I get disgruntled or whatever, like, I have to first look at the agreement that I did, right? And then, of course, that responsibility relies on me, because if I'm the boss of my company, everything that I do and anything that my employees do is going to be ultimately my company's fault or my fault, right? Because I didn't do my due diligence. So just, it's a learning experience. You make mistakes, you learn from them. Next time around, you're going to be like, oh, okay, I was burned on that once. Maybe the next move, I should really read everything that I'm getting into, So the other thing is my hat. Because, yeah, I got to get back to that. Jeff drops little taunts in his videos about my hat, and I don't have it yet, and I don't never have a chance to answer. So I'm gonna tell you about my hat, Jeff. I planned on coming to visit you so that I could meet you face to face, and maybe if you don't meet me up too bad, I'll take you out for a steak dinner and we can have a nice business meeting over some steak. But I want to come get my hat from you because of that reason, but also because you know where I live, and if you drop off my hat, Jeff, someone might steal my hat as soon as you walk away from the front door. So I don't want you to
that's true. In that neighborhood, it'd probably walk away.
Yeah, and so
I'd see it on a little boy cruising down the road on his bicycle.
Around there are very sharp. You'd be surprised. So I don't want my hat in danger.
That hat. If I left it at a door in a box, it'd be gone as soon as I pulled away.
Yeah, exactly. So I can't put that in the comments fast enough. Like, no, don't leave it at my house. So
that's why. Look, I live in the area, so that's why I didn't go over there and put it, in the mailbox there, because I'm like, well, that wouldn't be there long.
My mail lady would snag it. Like, it's an awesome hat, and I know everybody wants my hat, and I appreciate y'all trying to buy it, but
you'd be home. She'd come deliver the mail, and she's pulling away. She looks at you, and there's your hat on her head.
Yeah, exactly. So I appreciate that everybody loves my hat, but there's not a price you could pay to get that hat from me. I want it fair and square, so I want to come get it. So it's safe until I get there, please.
Sam says, or on some homeless guy. That's true, Sam. Could be that too. Storlord has a question for you, a serious question for you, Alex. It says, how long were you at Travelocal?
I was in there for during the pandemic. The first time the pandemic came until 2021 September. for like 9 months in there. Those 9 months I made 197,000 gross, and for the last few months I waited out and I went with another company. I was on my like trucking hat too. Okay, hey Snore, how much, Steve? Come on, Steve. I'll buy it right now. I think you got my address. Shannon actually listens to her voice. Yeah, she does.
She does.
She does.
Also,
very
Indiana
good.
Jack is Indiana Jack still there?
Everybody quit. I think he's still there, because he's not doing YouTube videos, and I'm pretty sure he's still there. He's one of their puppets, but that is what it is, man.
Snorlord wants $100. See, Snorlord's a good businessman, right? Because he'll sell you that hat. Although he cherishes it, he'll sell it to you for $100, and he'll say, "Hey, order me another one." He'll pay me $30, and he's got $70 in his pocket. Yeah, he's selling you. Look, he's selling you the hat. Look, these hats are just like new Peterbilts, Kenworths, Freightliners, and trailers. They went up in value by 2 to 3 fold, right? Better than a stock market
Good
right
analogy.
now. Yeah. Somebody's wearing a Razorback hat. I don't know who that is. I don't know.
That's an Arkansas state hat, I guess.
That's Alabama.
Razorback.
That's a Bama. I noticed that. Yeah, that's a Bama.
I bought this today
Razorbacks are-
at this greasy little spot that I'm staying at tonight, because it's kind of, I don't know if you can see it, but it's got kind of this shiny lacy stuff on it. I just thought it was cool, and so I had to get it. And it matches my work pants that I have that I couldn't match anything with, so I kind of got it for the color and kind of girly. So that's what the hat's about.
Snorlord will sign it. Yes, Snorlord will sign the hat for $100. That's an extra
And then-
$100. That's an extra $100.
And then I will sell this one with Snorlord's signature on it.
Right.
And I'll split. You know what? I'll split it with you, Snorlord. I'll split the profits with you, and maybe, I don't know, or maybe we can give it to charity or something.
Look, Snorlord says he'll deliver it within 10-mile radius of Springfield. Look, I'll deliver this within 1,000 miles of Michigan, but I'm going to need $100 for the hat, and we'll make it an easy $20 a mile.
That's another 1,000.
I'll come get it. How about that for free?
That's $2,000 in mileage.
You're a little off there. No wonder you got to save up for more truck. 1,000 times $20.
Oh, Joe, I'll give you 100, and I'll take you out to dinner right now.
You're an owner operator, so if you're getting $20 a mile, what's 1,000 miles at $20 a mile? Shannon, don't use that calculator.
No, I'm not. $200,000.
No, if $2 a mile and 1,000 miles is what?
Is 2,000? Is it 20,000?
Yes, 20,000.
Okay, I figured I was missing zero.
I'll give you 100 plus a steak dinner right now.
For my hat?
Now we want light trucking toy trucks. Yeah, he'll give you a steak dinner for that Alabama hat.
I'll give you a shrimp dinner.
The steak dinner for the Alabama hat, that's a fair deal, but I'm telling you all right now,
wait a minute.
Wait
Wait a minute, Shannon. Shannon, wait a minute. You better make sure what type of steak dinner he's talking about. Not no cheap, steak dinner you get at, some backroads restaurant, right? Like, cube steak dinner that's, $2 for the steak.
That's what I had in mind.
It's got to be,
stop selling me out.
$30 or $40 steak, not this cheap mock steak dinner. You gotta watch old Alex. He's trying to pull a fast one on you.
I meant to say cheesesteaks from Philly.
It's gonna have to be Texas ribeye, grass fed.
Yeah, see, what he'll do is he'll say, "Well, Shannon, you didn't read the contract. It's cheesesteak dinner. I just said steak. Cheesesteak."
Right.
That's right. That's right. with no cheese.
Yeah.
Alex,
With no,
if you wore this hat, Alex, some other gentleman might, look at you funny. It's kind of a girly, lacy type material, so probably don't want it.
Sam I am says something fancy like Sizzler or Applebee's. Oh my gosh.
My leg
No,
trucking
it's gonna
head
be
is not
fancy.
for sale. You can't offer me $1 million for
Oh.
it. Sorry.
Okay, it's my loss.
Listen, and what we really need to understand is the main key is that it is too small for all you guys' heads. Like it's small size. Like it was just only small size hat, and I'm lucky enough to be able to fit in that. So it was just kind of like that.
He has no
Unless
hair,
you're buying
so
for your kids.
so he put a little oil on there. It'll slip right on all that. He got no hair.
Well, maybe, or maybe you can give it to one of your kids or something like that. That's if you can get it from me, but I'll
Jersey.
fight for it.
Kids.
Jersey
I
says he
would
pours manwich out of the can. Oh, the 99-cent manwich. Waffle House steak. Now we're getting to the bottom of the barrel. You ever had a T-bone? You ever had a T-bone at Waffle House?
Oh God, it's so crappy.
I think a piece of paper's thicker, than
It's thin as hell.
It is. It's super thin. Pigtail ate one
10
yesterday.
seconds.
Pigtail had one yesterday. He had to take that T-bone from Waffle House. You got to fold it in half to even get anything out of it.
Yeah, you have to get two to make it at least, something.
Well, you got to buy 4 and stack them on top of each other, just to make it a half-inch thick.
And them eggs, it's like they never wash those pots and pans. It has like an old egg smell. Everything you buy, if you get a hot dog, smells like eggs. Pancakes, smells like eggs.
Like eggs.
It's like, it's a nauseating smell.
It's because they put everything in the same pan.
Yeah. Oh.
And they put, if you ever watch them there, they pour like a whole ladle of oil in the pan when they do your eggs, and it's just sitting there floating.
Yeah. All that cholesterol. Oh,
Brian,
what is
never.
that?
And that's why
Let me see your pants.
And that's why if you're old, you usually have to go visit John. This Tour Life says you're not a real trucker till you have a Waffle House credit card.
True point.
It sounds like a death sentence.
Let's see here. I got some more.
Then you get those Waffle House points for a free steak. 3%.
They don't have a rewards card for Waffle House, I hope.
They do. 3 points. You get a free egg smelling hot dog or something.
If you have one of those, you might want to consider that you probably got some bad eating habits. You got that thing going on. Just maybe. Just maybe you're a candidate for diabetes. Just think about that. Just think about that.
Diabetes.
Heart attack, diabetes, high blood pressure.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
Just put it in a minute.
Oh my Lord.
Hey, Eddie,
you guys are making me hungry. Waffle House is just down the street from me. He's gonna go.
Oh my
He's gonna go to
God.
the Waffle House. He's gonna get one of those Texas cheesesteaks at the Waffle House. Yeah, the grease bomb. But they're so good. But they're so good. Texas cheesesteak over the Waffle House is so good. But it's just, it's loaded with grease.
I think the best thing they have is,
by the way, that oil that they're cooking in. If you ever decide to do research on that,
Look at Snowboard. Well, Alex can.
That's
He
what
could
I'm
use.
talking about.
He could repurpose that oil.
For my head.
There's nothing wrong with recycling, right?
Come on. Now it says I miss the Flying J big dogs. Oh.
Ew. Are you
Oh.
kidding me? You could use that to chuck the truck at the docks. Those things are hard as hell.
I could just see back in the day. I could just see now while going to the Flying J. This is probably like 15 years ago or so, right? Roll up in there, get 2 bean burritos for 50 cents a piece, and a couple of corn dogs for $1. You walk out of there feeling like a king with 2 burritos and 2 corn dogs for $2.
And a whole bunch of salmonella.
We were raised to think that the value meal was like a great thing, right? And now we know they've been killing us for a long time.
Eddie Droder, was it steak night at the buffet? Steak and salad? Was it? Because, the Wapakoneta TA, which used to be the old 76, they used to have all-you-can-eat steak there. They still do, I think. Was it all-you-can-eat steak night? Wednesday. It might be Wednesday night.
How do you say that again?
Wapakoneta.
That sounds like a disease.
I got
the Wapakoneta.
Ready? Wapakoneta.
Wapakoneta.
Yeah, Wapakoneta.
Where's that at?
Sounds like an Indian word, maybe.
Is that Michigan?
No, it's I-75, exit 104. Is it 104 or 106? I think it's 104. If you're heading south, it's on the left. If you're heading north, it's on the right. In Ohio. Wapakoneta. Bellefontaine, yes. The same place.
Eddie just propped down like $60,000 on his truck.
That's it, exit 111.
$45,000, right? Eddie,
Yeah,
did you put a motor in your truck?
There's 2 exits to that place. If you get off the exit of 111, it's right there. If you get off of the exit just south there, then you got to go up the back road to get to it.
That's making me hungry now.
It's a mind trick. Don't submit to it.
I know, but food is so. Oh man, food. Oh my God,
Go get an overpriced burrito from the Loves.
Huh?
Go get yourself an overpriced burrito from the Loves.
Yeah, that crap.
Well, you'd be doing some. You'd be doing some.
Like 10 hours.
You'd be doing some porcelain prayers. I guarantee it.
And it'd be burning.
Oh.
It's like if you go to the Taco Bell. I love it, but sometimes, man, that it just goes right through you.
Well, the Mexican pizza came back on the menu, and they ran out of the product.
It does taste good.
Yeah, what don't you? I mean, did anybody else feel like everybody was overly excited about that? It seems like it was like a big
there were
deal.
people.
It's like this thin.
There were people going, "Hey, if you got the Taco Bell app, you get first get." They had it a day early, right? If you had the app, you can get it today. Who cares? Who cares for a couple of non-tortilla shells? Fried to, I don't know how they fried them to get them crispy like that, splattered between some beans, throw a little sauce on there, a couple little dried out tomatoes that have been soaking forever, and a little bit of beef in there, and they call it a pizza.
That's, there's a reason I call it place Taco Hell. It's not, not good for you guys. Don't do it.
Taco Hell,
okay.
That's a good one.
So let's look at McDonald's, right? I don't eat at McDonald's. I won't eat at McDonald's. Because if you could take a burger and take a torch to it and it doesn't affect anything, it doesn't burn it.
Oh my God, what?
Yeah, look at some YouTube videos on McDonald's,
right.
McDonald's torching food or whatever. And you can take a McDonald's burger and keep it in your pocket for a year, and no mold will go on it.
No, wait a minute. I thought somebody had it for like 20 years.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
20
still
years too,
intact or
right.
something.
Yeah, something
What?
like that. I heard about that.
Yeah.
But the torch thing, what do you mean? It won't burn it or nothing?
Here, if I got to play it for you here, maybe I'll have to
It's
play
Make
it.
sure you don't
it's
get
the
copyrighted.
forever, it's
Jeff,
the
make
forever
sure if
burger.
you put it, you don't get copyrighted.
It's the forever burger.
Copyrighted.
Your kids will grow up and
And
it's still in your pocket.
Did you know, here's a fun fact. Did you all know that it takes 56 days for your body to completely digest a chicken McNugget? 56
No way.
days.
No way. Like 3 months?
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
happens if you eat these things every week, like 20 of them? You kind of be backed up, I guess.
My daughter went crazy when she was probably 12, and she ate like more than 20 chicken McNuggets, and then she had a vicious stomach ache. I had to take her to the
Yeah.
emergency.
I can imagine that one. But if it stays in there for just one, if you eat 20, you pretty much backed up for a while.
Yeah, it wasn't a good thing, and she doesn't touch them again to this day because of that situation. But it's no good. That food is no good. Look at this. Yes. Look at this.
Oh my gosh.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
That's a real torch. Oh my gosh.
Wait, that's the box. They're gonna peel the. They're gonna get to the burger in a minute.
Oh,
Look, it ain't doing much to that burger. It won't. The burger will not catch on fire.
hold on for a minute. Great. I'm gonna say that.
Look at that burger. It's not burning. The pickles aren't even burning. Look at the pickles.
So what? So
The
what are they
pickles
back
aren't
there
even burning.
cooking it for? What are they back there cooking all day for?
I don't know. Unbelievable.
That's what sticks in your gut for a long
Yep.
time, guys. It's awful. So, Jeff, do you like Taco Bell?
Pre-trip.
No. I just had tacos, homemade.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Yeah. Yeah, you mean
Taco Bell.
taco blob, taco smell.
Right?
Taco hell.
No, next is confirmed. Will only burn.
Oh my
It doesn't burn, so the employees don't mess it up. Right? They never have to throw away a patty from getting burned. Overcooking.
So what happens if you take it to the manager and say, this needs to be cooked some more. It's not done, like it hasn't been cooked long enough. So they're gonna go back there and throw it on the grill?
Yeah, they pull the press down again, and they hit again. Snorlord's got protein. It says protein in the meat at Taco Bell. That's why they put rice in the burritos now, because maggots turn to meat.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that
That's
doesn't do
cringy.
it for you. Like
That's a bad image.
no one in this chat will ever be able to eat Taco Bell again after that.
I'm not.
Snorlord just had one of those burritos.
No, he doesn't eat carbs.
Well, he ate maggots and meat.
Ew.
Doing my pre-trip here, get ready to roll. Oh man, that image though. Oh,
Yeah, I gotta get out
Yeah.
of here. Hey,
All right, guys, have a great night.
Yeah, thanks for
Everybody be
coming on. Wait a
safe.
minute. What's he saying? The Snorlord's last words. I know a guy who worked there. I have stories. Oh wait, I have to do this. I have to do this. Watch this. Later, Alex. I kicked Alex off there. Whoppers rule. You get the last say. So no, wait. Jersey B gets the last saying. That's it. I'm only eating pizza. That's right. Can't go wrong with pizza. Snowdrop said that there's a lot of carbs. You don't want to do all that, right? But you know, pizza rules. We'll see y'all later. Let's listen to some Snorlord music. Boom.